All right, we are live, and the New York Mets just lost their all-universe closer. I don't know, season, career, fucking universe. Edwin Diaz, World Baseball Classic. We said this like a couple weeks ago when we had our spring training thing. There's nothing good that can come out of the World Baseball Classic, and only bad. And basically, the prime example of that just happened. Fuck the World Baseball Classic.
And you know what's really the fucking worst part is obviously the fucking celebrating. Because you could argue, look at what happened to Quintana. Like, you can get hurt playing in spring training games, but you're not going to be celebrating in a spring training game. You're not going to be doing something. You're not going all the way. You're not going all out and doing something stupid like a dog. Why were they celebrating? What was it? Like a first round 3 in the world, and we're doing dog piles on the mound. What was that? It is so bad. It is so bad. The only thing I'm hoping, the only shred of hope I have, is sometimes when it almost feels that bad initially, it's almost like sometimes you dodge a bullet. It's like the weird one where like someone's cutting in football and they just fall to the ground and they're like, this kind of hurts. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes the more dramatic, the more you're like, oh my God, he's done for the year. And then it turns out to be like a bone bruise or something. I'm just trying to spin it because we don't have full confirmation yet that the season is over. But I mean, he is way at the top of the list of have to have him be good.
It's like they were all around each other to the point that you can't even see what happened. Like maybe he just went knee to knee with somebody and just fucked it up in that way, and then it's just like it's a bruise, it's tightened up something. Yeah. Like we have nothing to go off of, other than the fact that he's being carried off.
Maybe it's the weight of 15 goddamn Dominicans coming down on your right knee because we're fucking dogpiling and our star is at the center. I mean, I wish we were wrong on this, but anybody who's like hindsight is 2020. It's like, no, we said it last episode. We said only bad can come from the World Baseball Classic because there is no fucking good. Nobody cares. The only thing that can happen that's noteworthy in my mind is an injury.
It's like in Major Pain where he's like, you want me to take your mind off that knee? And he breaks his finger. It's like, you want me to stop, you guys to stop complaining about JJ Poots getting hurt? There goes Edwin Diaz for the fucking, again, couple months, season, career. Like, this is the thing. Every time Edwin Diaz throws a pitch now, we're on Jacob deGrom watch where you're holding your breath to how he lands. It's like ever since his leg is now 2 inches shorter than his other leg. And this is the God's honest truth. I was watching that game. I turned it on, I think, the 7th inning, and I was like,
you were?
It was only because it was on my screen. It says, like, suggested for you. That's what they do. It's suggested. Yeah. And I said, and it's God's honest truth, Kev. I said, I'm going to watch this just to make sure no one gets hurt. Because that's the only thing that comes out of this. Like, Lindor hit an inside the park Little League home run. I don't give a fuck about that.
That makes me nervous that he's running the bases like that.
Same.
Exactly. Same thing.
When the guy bobbled the ball, I'm like, just shut it down at third.
Yeah.
There's so many things that can go wrong. And it's like, this same shit happened with Wright when he was like Captain America and everything. Like, there's never been a good experience for Met fans with the World Baseball Classic. Even if it ends up like it seems like it's good, it fucks you in the long run. Never. And Max literally was just on record saying, I'm not ready to pitch like a playoff style game this early in the season.
Why would you
signed a 5-year, $102 million contract, life-changing money to go do what?
I don't blame, I mean, I do blame him, but I blame the team too. This is like, I 1000% would have a no World Baseball Classic clause. And you know what really blows here? Because it's ordinarily what I love. This is like, because they have the Puerto Rican connection. It's like Lindor and him and Nito and everybody's like the Puerto Rican guys. They all love each other. They all love it. So they feel that camaraderie and they want to play. And for what? If it was just like, if it wasn't like he was there with Lindor and with his teammates, and who knows if even, it has that same level of hype or excitement or commitment or even desire to go. But it's almost like the Los Mets backfired big time. I mean, we'll see. We will find out if the curse has been lifted, or if the mush is over, or we're at least trending in the right direction. I mean, we'll find out what this injury is. I'm not hopeful, but like a knee knocker is something that fucking hurts.
Right.
You hyperextend it and it feels like it's the end of the world, and it just turns out to be an MCL sprain. But you know what? All of it is, knock on wood, it's not career ending, but it's still season affecting. Like you said, every single pitch you're worried, or every time velocity is down, you go, what was that? Or every time he plants his foot, I'm not sure which leg it was, if it's his back foot or front foot, but every time he plants his foot or pushes off the rubber and he winces, every time he runs off the mound to feel the ball, every time, you go, fucking World Baseball Classic. For fucking what? For fucking what? Nobody cares. And you can, somebody in my mentions be like, they're playing for the country they love and all that. I guarantee you that Edwin Diaz is the one going, what the fuck was I thinking? Because you just signed a $120 million deal. And to be honest, I don't know. I mean, I guess, baseball contracts are guaranteed, but I don't know. Who knows what kind of clauses are in there, insurance things where, hopefully the team is protected. And I don't know what it means for Diaz. I'm sure he'll get his money, but maybe there's some shit in there. It's like any sort of non-MLB injury. Like, what the fuck are you even?
I hate the fucking World Baseball Classic so much. I just hate it so much. I hate it so fucking much.
I hate it forever. I hate the fucking Italian team. I hate them pretending to be Italians when they're just a bunch of American guys with vowels in their names. They put on fucking Frank Sinatra and they have an espresso machine in their dugout. They act like they're fresh off the boat. Get the fuck out of here. I hate that. I hate what it did to David Wright. I hate what it's done to Edwin Diaz. I don't fucking care. That poor little bastard in Canada, Matt Birch, that 19-year-old that they just had a human sacrifice. They fucking ended his life. Everything's been bad at the World Baseball Classic. I mean, we'll see what happens, but let's say that this affects this season in a bad way. This is 1 seed material in the Mets misery bracket. Like 1 seed.
For a number of reasons, if for nothing else, it's that we're celebrating the fact that we finally have a closer.
It was the one thing.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing.
Get to the first pitch of the first game of the season after locking this guy up, where we said he's the most important acquisition we have because we finally have a guy that we don't have to worry about in the 9th inning.
And like, who knows? Maybe he's not out for the season, but if he does have lingering issues and he just becomes a regular closer who blows 9 or 10 games and gives up bombs again, it's like, I can't go back. I can't go back to that life. That was the one thing that I could be like, all right, you can't guarantee a World Series. We still got a long way to go. And you can't pencil in the old guys. Maybe Verlander and Scherzer get hurt. There's a lot of ifs. But the one thing I thought was pretty fucking rock solid was a young, in his prime, lights out closer.
And so again, I'm watching the game just to be like, I just have to just watch this because I feel like if I watch it, nothing bad will happen. And if it does, I need to
before Clem, it does not work. I watch everything. It does not happen.
And they're saying this kind of like the announcer kept saying, he's like, all world closer, one of the most dominant things. And they just kept saying, like, basically, Edwin Diaz is the greatest closer of all time this side of Mo Rivera after last season. It's like the greatest in the game, yada, yada. And I just like, It was like, I got a bad feeling about this. It was just fucking built up. And then, so this is the other thing. So Phil watched it. So he gets the first 2 outs, and then the last guy keeps battling. And I'm just like, and he had one pitch that kind of got away from him, like, what's going on here? Because again, Mets brain's going on. And then it's like, it's safe. The fucking clouds go away. It's the blue skies. A fucking ray of sunshine hits me on the face, Kevin. And I'm like, oh, that's sunshine. It feels so good. And then I go, oh, it's not a ray of sunshine. It's a fucking laser of a missile. And it fucking blew my house up like the Avengers headquarters at the end of Endgame. Unfucking real that you get hurt in a goddamn celebration. A celebration. We're not allowed to celebrate. No celebrating, no World Baseball Classics, taking care of business, shake hands on the mound, get your ass back in the dugout. We do it again tomorrow night.
I'll tell you what. I have been on the no celebration train ever since Kendry Morales snapped his leg on home plate. It's too dangerous. These guys are jumping and they're running and they're on top of each other, and it's fucking dangerous. You got spikes on. You're in the dirt. You're touching weird plates on the ground. It's all no celebrating. Just high fives. Just a handshake line, and you go sit down.
Remember,
are you guys like? Are you convinced that like it's a rat? Like it's an ACL?
Yeah, I think if things are like inconclusive and they're like, oh, it's only like a month or something, I'd be like, oh, okay, thank God. Right now, I'm penciling him. He's gone for the year. And it just goes back to what I was saying about 2022 when it was like everything's going right. And even though like people were complaining like, oh, 101 wins, everything's going right. It's like not everything's going to go right this year, but
right. Well, that was the thing. That was the problem with. I mean, that's why it's so important that Cohen did what he did and opened up the wallets and got everybody back. But you see Quintana go down, you see Diaz potentially go down, and it's like, yeah, man, everything's got to go really, really fucking well.
I mean, Billy Epler went 5 for 5 on free agents and trades last offseason, and we already have 2 guys he signed to deals this winter that aren't going to make it to opening day. Who knows if they even play this year?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh, and with a fucking tumor lesion on his rib, like, thank God it's benign, and I hope everything stays okay. But like, he's not going to risk anything, and he shouldn't. That's see you never. That's Jed Lowry, the pitcher.
Quintana. I said this to you guys when the word bone graft is used in a tweet about baseball players who they have a hangnail, they're out 2 months. Bone graft. We're talking like we're talking life or death, basically. Forget about seasons or career. We're talking life or death. Oh my God. And like you said, Kev, it was like the one thing we finally had, which I will say, I am very happy that we were 4 of the few Mets fans we knew who enjoyed last season for what it was before it all went to shit, because you just don't get years like that, let alone 101 wins, but one where the 9th inning is a fucking gimme. It's a shoo-in. It's in your back pocket. You're rocking and rolling every fucking day. It was an honor and a privilege. I feel like I'm talking about Edwin Diaz in the past tense, but I watched that entire fucking situation. I see Edwin Diaz down. I see him. He can't get up. I see him try to put weight on the knee. I think trying to like gut it out to show people he's all right. Can't do that. I see him go in a wheelchair, and then I see his brother crying. It was like the Teddy Bridgewater scene, but in like you actually saw it. Remember, we heard the Teddy Bridgewater people were throwing up, people were fucking crying. That's what it was on a fucking.
It felt like a Gordon Hayward injury.
Yeah,
like everyone was like down like this, like.
Where's the Dwight Howard tweet? Like, Lord, take him now.
Like Russell Wilson said, prayers up for him. Like,
we're gonna put black bands on our sleeves.
We're gonna have his jersey in a dugout on opening night. Like,
I wonder if the team gives their blessing, or if they just like begrudgingly.
Alex Cohen was in attendance tonight. They were there all weekend. They were there this whole week. Her and Grandpa, whatever.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They were in attendance. And it makes sense. And like, this is the point where like every other GM in the league right now is like, get these guys off the fucking team. Like Mike Trout, like all these guys that are going, they're like, oh, we're going to go play for the country. It's like, it's cool. when
No, it's not.
you get out
No,
of it.
it's not.
No, it's cool once it's over and you're like, yeah, I got to say that I
Yeah.
went and did that. But like leading up to it, what are you playing for?
As
It's not the
pitchers,
Olympics.
baseball position players, you can play at 60%. You can go up there and you can just take your hacks. You can jog the bases. As a pitcher, if you go up there and you're just like lobbing it in at 80 miles an hour, everyone knows you're mailing it in, and no one's going to do that. And they go up there and they're throwing gas, and whether or not you're fucking celebrating or you're pitching hard or you're working out your breaking ball, it's like there's just in spring training, you go out there and you get your tits lit up because you're working on your changeup. Everybody's always developing a changeup, right? And you're working on your off-speed shit, or you're just building up your velocity. So when you get tattooed for 4 runs on 3 hits, you're like, whatever, dude, I don't give a shit. But these guys are all either A, actually into it, because like I said, the Puerto Rican, like they love it. They like really are into it because there's so many of them and they're all friends. They want to win. They want to beat the Dominicans. They love it. And then so they're into it, and then they're pitching hard, and it's like, fucking god damn it, man. What's more important? And in the moment, you know what's funny? Like you said, in the moment, I bet you guys will be like, no, I really care. This is important. This means something to me. And then you get injured, and I bet Edwin Diaz is like, oh my God, what have I done? Fuck. What have I done? My main, I let my main team down.
This is like the Kevin Nash fucking. If he gets out of that wheelchair next week, I will run through a wall. But
I'm still
until that time happens.
I have a little bit more faith. Like, I'm trying to think of an example, but I feel like there's been times in football happened with
Wilson. It happened with Zach Wilson, right?
Zach,
Everyone thought he was dead this year.
Dude, I was about to say,
I mean, realistically, I'd probably been better off he wasn't like healthy.
Yeah.
But
that was when the Jets season died.
That's a different conversation.
That was a good example, though. Like, I was like, that guy's fucking done. There's been a couple. They're more usually in football where it's like, oh man, that guy is absolutely done. I think Julian Edelman had one once, and then they're like, no, it's all clean, and you're like, okay. Or not all, like,
That's 80% of the time, if it's as bad as it was on TV, it's likely that bad. Like,
how bad is a patella injury?
That's pretty bad. Is that what just got reported?
I'm just hearing that it's a patella.
They can't tell any of that right now. It's not like they wheeled them off and straight into like the MRI machine.
Well,
There's not I wish there was just a clear view of what happened, because it's just like I said, it's like a fucking merry-go-round of them jumping and then him just being in the middle of the pile and fucked.
I mean, these guys can't even fucking celebrate tonight. Like,
where are they?
What's up?
Where are they?
Miami.
Where?
Miami. Oh, the ghost of motherfucking Dwaner Sanchez. Oh, if the cab driver was on the field, I'll lose my fucking mind. If he's like,
you know what's funny? Like, we would have like heard from the cab driver right now,
yeah,
like I was the guy driving Dwaner Sanchez on that fateful night.
Yeah, how the post never got their hooks into him at some point, right? Over like that, like collapses.
He didn't want to. He'd be like the Steve Bartman of New York.
In an MRI right away somehow, but let's just say this little bird telling me that it's a torn patella.
If it's torn patella, that's season ending.
Torn patella is complete recovery. About months, many patients report that they required 12 months before they reached all their goals.
So if it's a torn patella, it takes them out of next spring, pretty much.
Dustin Fowler had a ruptured patella. Took 6 to 9 months. Victor Cruz, Asdrubal Cabrera had a patella tendon injury. So maybe it's a contusion, bruised patella.
Maybe he's had to poop.
the person who I see covering this right now to make all things worse, I don't know if he has like the inside scoop. Andy Martino is like fucking in like the backstage, fucking giving all the updates on Edwin Diaz. It's like my fucking personal nightmare.
He said he's undergoing X-rays.
I mean, shit. Why not? It's like patella tendon and his fucking kneecap is shattered. Like it'll just go the whole fucking 9 yards.
I mean, direct impact to the front of the knee from a fall or a blow is the common cause of tears in the patella. Like maybe, you just get your knee knocked and it feels that way. I don't know.
Has anyone done like the fucking Zapruder of who fucking hit him or if he just landed on it weird? Like I gotta know what happened here.
He's in the middle of like 20 Puerto Ricans. Yeah. You can't see anything.
If it's someone on the infield, it could have been
and I feel like if it was like he landed on someone's foot or something, that would be like an ankle injury, Yeah. This is probably he landed clean on the ground with his leg like hyperextended a little bit with everybody pushing down on your shoulders so you bend it back.
I mean,
are there any Phillies or Braves on Puerto Rico? I'm taking my aggression out of it.
Yachty just said that he's undergoing tests right now and that they're not going to have an answer until later tonight.
Well, we won't know till the morning, I bet. So,
I'm like laying in bed too, and I have certain text messages that everyone puts on silent because it's a nonstop like group. And then there's this group, and I don't know what possessed me, but like the second it went off, I was like, fuck. There's never a text message that you're getting that's a good text message at 10:30 at night if it's a Mets group chat.
Yeah. That was the thing when I sent the Correa one, and it was like the first time ever that it was good news, and then it just came full fucking circle and it never happened. And who was on the field playing third base tonight?
No, Correa's not in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh,
he had a kid, so he missed it.
The one time I want people to be having kids.
I know Nimmo said he was skipping because he got the new contract. He's like, my first priorities with the Mets. Did anyone else skip it for like the same reasons at this point on the Mets at least?
No,
because we have like half the fucking team. That's why we're like spring training doesn't matter because half the team is playing in a fucking tournament that means nothing to me.
I just searched on Twitter Edwin Diaz patella. Take it for what it's worth, but Ron W11, Rondale Wilson, some random dude, says Edwin Diaz dislocated his patella and popped it back in. You heard it here first. He'll be okay. Nothing major. Hashtag World Baseball Classic 2023.
Run with it.
His Twitter profile says father, husband, brother, fan, and his header is Dennis Rodman catching a loose ball, diving for a loose ball.
Dr. Dennis
That's what it ends up being. We'll cut it.
He's the guy on the couch. I believe him, yo.
Yeah. He's probably watching us fucking idiots right now. He's like, these guys have patella tendon. I'm going to run with it on Twitter right now. So, hey, Ron. How you doing, bud?
I would give so much for this to be okay.
Kevin,
I would give up.
Would you give me $1 million right now if I could tell you?
You got to put your money where your mouth is, like in these ATI situations. Now that some of the money is real, I would probably put up a lot of money for this to be fucking.
Yeah,
and I'm just telling you, boys, buckle in. Like you're gonna do your little scrolling before bed. We're gonna check for updates. We're gonna get it. This is one of those sleep nights that is just hell. This isn't right. Tomorrow is a sports holiday for all fucking sports fans, at least in America. And it is now ruined because of an exhibition that means nothing. Can you tell me what the World Baseball Trophy looks like, Phil? I'm not asking you, you sick fucking fuck. The other two. You guys don't know what it looks like. Do they even have a trophy? Do they get rings?
Who knows? Who cares?
Nobody gives a fuck.
I don't even know like the format. Is it a 7-game series? Is it
not single elimination the rest of the way?
Single elimination, even for the championship? Like I don't even know these things. I don't even care.
If Puerto Rico just lost tonight, we would have been just fine. We have had all our guys back.
I should have been rooting against Puerto Rico. Fuck me. I didn't even think of that. I should have been rooting against Puerto Rico, America.
Can we just have one opening day where our quote-unquote superstar doesn't go down right before the start of the season? We were just having the same conversation last year with DeGrom leading into the season.
Not even right before. We have 2 more weeks left. Like DeGrom was a week before.
That will be okay. So I know there are people who are always like, Clem, give me the spin zone, talk me off the ledge. That's what I'm gonna do. We lost Jacob deGrom, the greatest pitcher on earth, and we thought the fucking season was, cooked from there. The 96ers didn't get on the 96 train. Everyone watched. We won 101 games with Jacob deGrom pitching like 11 games, shitting the bed in the 2 biggest starts he had. We still fucking marched all the way to the fucking end of the season when we don't talk about what happened. We knew that fucking Padres series was coming. It's going to happen again. I'm not entirely sure who is our closer right now.
David Robertson, the guy we just signed.
There we go. David Robertson. That's not going to be a fucking roller coaster. Oh, Drew Smith. Is Drew Smith healthy right now?
He is A-okay.
All right. He's healthy right now. That's all that matters. Another positive for you guys. I think that there will be a change like with teams and the World Baseball Classic moving forward. It does absolutely nothing for us, but I think teams will be like, yeah, we're not going to have that happen to one of our guys because this has to be the biggest injury that's ever happened in it, right?
Yes, I feel like we should be allowed to steal someone else's reliever that's in the tournament.
Yes.
There's someone on the Twins, Duran, that's like nasty. We could take him.
And that's the other thing. Stevie will fix this if he has to. I don't know if that involves like signing, like trading for a guy with a big contract. I don't know if that means like cloning a patella tendon and just putting it in with Diaz. There's ways around this that we're not thinking of because we don't have the brains or wallets to fucking get it done.
There's really not a closer available on the trade market. That no one's really trading their closer for.
Because opening day isn't even here yet. God damn it. It's still 2 weeks away.
We just our guys gotta do their thing. That's really it. Like, no way around it.
I would give anything to be a fly on the wall when Buck Showalter was watching that. If he's even awake right now.
0 chance he's watching. It's what, 11 o'clock at night? He's not awake.
What's the name of his wife? What's his wife's name? Do we know?
No idea.
Not off the top of my head.
Because he'd be like, oh, Janet, God damn it. Like, why are these guys doing this right now?
For some reason, I pictured it to be Eleanor.
Yeah.
Eleanor.
I'm shocked we don't know his. Like, I feel like he mentioned her name in passing or something like that. That's the only reason why I asked you guys. That was a little bit of a tough ask. Angela, look at that. That's much more of a newer name than I thought we'd get. Oh man, could be worse. In the old days, listen, Kevin. This one's for you. I'm saying, in the old days, 10 years ago. This is a console moment. Is this a console moment for you? And you're an honest, you're in a safe space. I'm not going to hold you to it. If you don't think it is, or if you think it is, let it out. Is it a console moment for you?
I mean, they're potentially too good everywhere else. But I would say you need both of the Scherzer and Verlander to be healthy this year. You need like Lindor and Alonso and like there's going to be injuries to your pitching staff and there's going to be injuries to your lineup and it just can't be certain guys. But I think Diaz. I mean, I had him as my MVP of last season. I think he's the Mets won 101 games on the backs of comebacks and no blown saves. Otherwise, they probably would have been in that like 90 win area because, you can't bank on 5-run 9th innings and crazy comebacks like they had. Like those things will happen, but I feel like they happened at an abnormal clip for the Mets. And when we did come back, we always held the lead. And when we did go to the West Coast, we held those leads. And, if you could pencil in 10 more blown saves, that's probably about 7 more losses. And there you go. Yeah, that's how you go from a 101 win team to, low 90s. He is like the singular, he's probably the singular most important player because we even saw last year, DeGrom went down and somehow, some way we cobbled it together with McGill and Peterson and everybody. And, Marte goes down and we had some, not many, but you have some batting injuries and you can find a way around that. Your bullpen, when the top guy gets hurt and everybody has to shift up, and you've got 6th inning guys pitching 7th inning guys at high leverage, 8th inning pretenders faking it, trying to be a closer. Those are guys who get shuffled.
Yeah, man.
Do you want to say calls or anything?
We say that during the
You
season.
don't want to take any calls. The entire fucking chat is just saying, let Frank in.
Frank, yeah.
I mean, yeah, Frank even DM'd me, let him in. I'm like, I'm not answering.
I mean, yeah, listen. These are the moments that Frank thinks he's, Nostradamus here.
Yeah,
But why does he want to? Why does he want the validation of the fact that nobody's happy about this?
Let's let Frank in. I want Frank to say his piece. DM Frank the link.
Okay,
Let him in. And I want him to be but this is the one thing, Frank, if you're watching, I want you to be a civil person and talk about it. You can be sad, you can be angry, but be like a real person. Don't say Darren Ruff's gonna become the closer and blow 100. That's not fun.
That's what he's gonna do.
Frank's dancing with
Scott. Well, if he does
Van
it, then he's out.
Pelt
yeah,
whatever. But be a normal human.
Frank would rather be right and have the Mets be injured or bad than be wrong and have them be good. So what happens when you're new to the internet and you get your attention and you have a good shtick going and you don't want it to end.
Yeah. Is what it is.
I'm turning my volume down. I suggest you guys do the same. First 4.
All right, Frankie, you're on, baby. Now, Frank, I don't know if you heard my plea to you. You could be mad, you could be sad, you could be whatever. Just be like, let's have conversations here. We're not doing TikTok cams. We're not trying to get the 30-second Viva the Stool clip. Let's have a Mets conversation. We're all Mets fans here, okay? Let it rip.
This is the final proof, the final straw. This team is fucking cursed. We need to do an exorcism. We need to find out if their goddamn Citi Field was built on an ancient Indian burial ground. Something. We had to bring in a fucking. Hold on. We have to get a goddamn fucking priest, do a goddamn fucking exorcism, Gandhi, fucking everybody, every religion, to do a fucking seance at this goddamn stadium. And I never, ever want to. I am right now rooting for Colombia. There are no Mets on fucking Colombia. The only Met that was going to be on Colombia is already hurt. I don't want to ever see another motherfucking World Baseball Classic. This is stupid. We do it. It's stupid. They're not even playing the current rules. They're not even doing the pitch clock rules. This is stupid. It is just hyped up with Fox and everything is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. No other sport does anything like this. We should be ramping up slowly. That's what spring training's about. It's about ramping up slowly. It's not about going boom right into a tournament. If you want to do this stupid fucking tournament, do it in fucking November. It is the stupidest tournament. Yep. And you motherfucker, Rob Manfred, you motherfucker.
You know what else? It's like, don't forget who was lurking around spring training a couple days ago, right? The Wilpons start to fucking show their little heads out, and all of a sudden bad juju comes back. Those guys need to be just eradicated from the face of the earth. And then everyone should have a no World Baseball clause, no extra. You're not playing in the All-Star game. You're not doing the fucking home run derby. Everyone just plays Major League Baseball games, and you all go on paternity leave because you're all fucking your wives. That's what this season's going to be. No other extracurriculars because we see what the fuck happens.
Well, we got to hope that 2024 is better. This season's ruined.
You're consoling, Frank?
Done? You're done?
Are you consoling?
You know he's out for the season.
Are you? Let's declare it. Is it console decision for you?
Every time there's a World Baseball Classic, the Mets season gets fucked.
Frank? Are you going?
I'm with you, Frank.
Console or not?
It's hard not to right now.
Are you consoling or not?
You can't be a little pregnant and you can't kind of console. It's all or nothing, baby.
I mean, what are we gonna do now? Who's gonna be our closer?
David Robertson.
Frank,
you want?
I don't trust David Robertson.
I want the answer from you. Are you consoling the 2023 season right now?
It
Just say yes or no.
just.
Just say yes or no.
What do we have to fucking do to break this curse?
Just say yes or no, Frank.
What do we
Bubble in
have
the
to do to
Scantron,
break this
Frank.
curse?
T or F? True or false? What do we have?
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Pick a number, 1 or 2.
I don't fucking know.
Diaz had 32 saves last year.
That's
And
it.
of the third, yeah, but it's just because they had such big leads.
yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah,
they
it's a
would bring
weird
them in
season
or
where
whatever
they-
the
yeah.
situation was. We just happened to have games that were blowouts. But like of the 32, he pitched 62 innings. I would say you could pretty much those 62 games are significant. That he's freeing up room for everybody
It
else.
was the best
Hitting the
season
bullpen.
I've ever seen a single Met
Yep.
reliever ever have.
Ever. I mean, a Mets reliever, forget about it.
Yeah.
It's one of the best seasons I've ever seen any reliever. For a Mets reliever, it is far and away the greatest thing I've ever seen.
I would say
This-
Eric Gagne's steroid.
Yeah, when he was, like,
season
juiced to
with
the
Dodgers.
gills.
Yeah. Game over.
But you know
season.
what? Yes, you're of course. But when Diaz was operating at that clip where he had struck out like 2 out of every 3 batters he faced.
I mean, Edwin Diaz did something that I think was nearly impossible. He went from being one of the players I hated most to being one of my all-time favorites. I mean,
Well, that's
I
the
mean,
that's the real kick in the dick here is that it's a guy who we've seen when he's not good or when we don't have him, that this team struggles. And then we saw the difference when he's good and we have him, and it's
I never want to see another single Met. And the fucking Yankees are sneaky about it. They didn't let any fucking one go in at all. The goddamn World Baseball.
they're smart. They're fucking smart. I know that players think it's cool or they want to do it with their friends. They think it's fine.
They can't do it. They can't. If this with our season ruined,
Yeah, I mean,
there better never be another. There better never be
99%
another
of the
World
time-
Baseball Classic.
You're probably fine. But when injury like this strikes, you turn around and you got to say to yourself, what the fuck was I thinking? I have a World Series contender team. I'm one of the most important guys. Our window is right now. Our window's not next year or the year after. We got 2 40-year-old starters. The window is right
The window
now.
just got slammed shut.
And you,
But Frank,
and you
weren't you
decided
saying the
to go
same thing
stick
last
around.
season when DeGrom went down?
Yeah. But like, no, because when DeGrom went down, I never really even thought we were like World Series contenders. I was hoping to make the playoffs. I didn't think that team was really even knocking on the door. Now we all knew what the goal was, and instead we went around and dicked around in the Caribbean playing fake baseball. You know, like
It really doesn't matter either because like USA won the last one and nobody gave a single
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's not like this is embarrassing. America lost, or if America wins, we celebrate.
Right. Who gives a shit?
Let the World Baseball Classic happen, and let them fill up with they can fill up the roster with fucking members of the Reds and Royals and shitty teams
Do it.
that aren't.
Do it when they
Do
play. Do it when they play the Caribbean World Series. Do it when they play all that bullshit.
Right.
Winter baseball, the Arizona Fall League. Do it then. Don't do it in fucking March.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah,
is Manfred like is Frank? How much of this is Manfred's fault? Because I know you called him out on it. I think this was a Sea League thing, but like I guess he allows it to happen.
Bud Selig and Bob Manfred are like the salt and pepper shakers. They really did the art.
Perhaps do a little screen
Manfred
share.
got the job because he was Selig's right-hand man and continued the same policies as Selig.
Yeah. I would love the idea of us all becoming Columbia fans. Those jerseys are fucking awesome, but I think they have to beat the U.S. by like 100 to make it to the next round, right? So who do we root for? Who's left? Italy? Is Italy still alive? Is Israel still cooking? Like,
Israel can't even get a hit.
Oh shit.
Let's hope Japan wins. Otani can win one for Japan, then he can come here next year. How about that?
Yeah, I'll take
That's great.
that.
Now that's the next question. Does this somehow put Cohen into like war mode? And it's not like you can
Nothing to
replace
do
him.
now. That's why we're fucked.
I mean, nobody's.
But like maybe you go hard at the break, or you start like I almost don't want them to. I don't want them to do something stupid just to reaction to this because there really is no way to fill it. But What if? I don't know, man. It's just pray that it's not.
No, no. There's no prayer. There's no
I don't
doubt.
know. We were talking about Zach Wilson last year in football, where everyone thought his ACL was done and he was okay.
There's no doubt that this is a 20 ACL.
If Pete Alonso can flip his truck and kick out the windshield and not even have a scratch on him.
Well, Pete Alonso is built different. Pete Alonso is a mimbo, first off. So he might have hit his head, and if he hit his head, nothing was hurt.
Yeah.
It does feel like last season when everything just kept bouncing off him, right? Like off of the Mets, like Alonso, boom, Jake gets hurt, no fucking problem.
That's why it sucked when that season fell short, because it did feel like
Columbia has the lead.
All right, baby, let's fucking rock and roll.
I will never watch another fucking second. I never did, but I won't even watch a highlight. I won't even.
And I just fucking bought and I was stupid. I just bought a fucking WBC jersey.
So you may be to blame. This could be.
It looks nice.
You're fucking feeding the monster, Frank. What are you doing?
It's your fault,
nice.
Frank. You're fucking. You're feeding the system.
It was $50. It's a Pete Alonso.
You're making the World Baseball Classic possible by funding this bullshit operation.
I hate it though. I really fucking hate it.
You hate it so much you just bought a goddamn jersey of one of them.
I'm stupid. What can I say?
Frank, but I'm with you on this. There has to be, and we've said this back when Cohen bought the team. We said if this guy can't take us to a World Series, there's something fatally flawed in the soul of the New York Metropolitans Baseball Club. There is something. It's like a, terminal. There's something inside it that cannot be operated on or cut out.
This is the as the prosecutor said, I rest my fucking case.
Yeah, this is, we'll have to figure out. I don't know if it's something with Citi Field. We have to fucking dig up a corpse of someone.
Do I have to do a ritual sacrifice?
Well, I mean, listen,
do I have to do we have to burn a jersey or something? Do we have to
No, I know what we got to do. I know. I mean, we.
Do we have to contact priests?
We got to kidnap Timmy Trumpet.
It all dates back to that fucking performance. In the very short, immediate moments after that performance, we beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3. But then ever since then, it's been all downhill. And we had the Verlander moment was great, and we spent a lot of money, but really when you're talking about everything else, the wins and losses, now an injury, that fucking Timmy Trumpet performance.
I mean, what do we have to do to end this curse? What do we have to do? I'm willing to do anything to break this fucking curse.
Last April, Kevin jumped off a little bridge to try and cure us. So,
I mean, do I have to take an edible and try to become fucking positive? I mean, what the fuck do I have to do?
That's a start.
The Frank the Tank 3-Chi challenge.
What the fuck do I have to do to get this thing turned around?
That is the question all Mets fans should be asking, and I'm happy you're asking it as well, Frank. I don't know the answer to that. Like I said, Kevin jerked off and jumped off a bridge last year. We have to think of other ways. It worked for the short term, but that was not a long-term fix, clearly.
How about this? How about this, Spizzo? When was the other last time you saw a player in a wheelchair?
Paul Pierce.
And he came right back out. That was totally fine.
That's fair. That's fair.
Paul Pierce had Paul Pierce shit himself.
I know. Maybe Edwin had to poop. I'm just saying that sometimes in your most dramatic moments, it's like when you stub your toe or you bang your funny bone or you're biting your
But I look at how the leg looked. It's a torn ACL.
Well, Dr. Frank's on the case.
Dr. Fleming, MD.
Fleming, MD, will tell you that from his home on the couch, it's an ACL.
The Mets need to be aggressive. They need to be aggressive.
Was
Or
that
Billy Epler, man. Billy Epler finally got everyone off his ass. Then Katana's fucking rib explodes and Edwin Diaz knee explodes. And he's just like, man, what the fuck? I got a $400 million payroll.
Yeah, fucking David Peterson might be better than Quintana. But
Yes, I agree. I agree with that.
But Edwin Diaz, this is one player we couldn't lose, and we just lost him.
I'm riding on Drew Smith is going to fucking answer the bell for us. I don't know how long he's going to stay healthy. He's going to answer that bell. Whether the bell rings in the third round.
I had to delete a tweet Sunday. And the guy who would have possibly been a good closer is now gone too.
Who?
Montez de Aca. The only problem with him is he just can't fucking throw the ball over the goddamn fucking plate.
No.
Yep.
He is Frank.
That's always been his MO.
Yeah.
Dude throws 101. He just can't figure out where it's going.
And the tweet I deleted actually said that Montez de Aca stands for can't find home plate.
Oh, while we have you on, Frank, I cannot believe you're calling out Tommy Pham this early in the season. The dude's been stabbed, and he slapped Jock Peterson over a fantasy baseball league.
Yeah, Frank, he'll come to these.
He's dropping fly balls.
We'll find you.
He keeps dropping fly balls.
More power to you.
Tommy Pham, we're gonna have him on the podcast, Frank, maybe one day. And if you have to, I can't promise what he's gonna do to you or what you're gonna do to him. I've never seen Frank get violent, but I know there's a violent man inside that fucking that pile of anger you have.
I mean, I just can't. I'm just at a loss for words. Just a total loss for fucking words.
Frank, I was telling the guys, I was watching the game saying, I got to watch this just to make sure no Mets get hurt. I have to be able to watch it just to see. Because that was my bit. I didn't give a fuck about who won or lost. I just was worried about someone getting hurt. And that's why I can believe it. JJ Poots.
I wanted to see Edwin Diaz pitch well. He did. He struck out the side. And I just can't fucking believe how this happened.
What?
Martino's saying it's his knee. I'm reading the chat.
Well, we know
That
it's
was
his
he was
knee.
holding it the whole way.
We know that it's his knee. We just got to figure out what part of his.
There's no doubt it's an ACL.
Where is this better, worse, or the same than Duaner Sanchez?
Worse.
I think I agree. Duaner Sanchez was more of a direct. I think in both cases, it's going to end up costing us a World Series chance. Now with Duaner, it was a lot closer because it was mid-season. This might be the full season, but either way, freak injuries taking out our main relievers to end our World Series hopes.
In Miami, no less.
In Miami.
Maybe Portnoy did it. Maybe Portnoy wanted Frank to go on and say he fucking sniped him from the upper deck.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't fucking be
Here's the
surprised.
spin zone. The last time an NL East player tore his ACL in Miami, that team won the World Series without him. So
There we go. I like that,
Well,
Phil. I
there's
like
the
that,
most
Phil.
also Eric fucking ridiculous stat I've ever heard, but okay. Let's go.
You watch this year, the Mets are probably going to blow about 2,000 saves. And by the way, Pete Alonso is having a terrible World Baseball Classic.
But that's great, Frank. You can have a terrible World Baseball Classic. You can be home sooner.
Yeah. Let's go Columbia.
I never want to see another Met play in the WBC. Never.
That's something all Mets fans, I think, can now can agree on.
I don't think we will see it at this point. I don't think we're going to see anybody moving forward.
This has
that's
got
like a
to be the
big-time
last
star.
This has got to be the last World Series Baseball Classic in March.
Yeah.
They got to move this. If they want to do it in November, or don't do it at fucking all.
No.
If this happened in November, would it really be that much different? We still would have no
Yes.
Diaz for the year. I mean, if he'd still missed the whole season.
No, he wouldn't.
If he tore his ACL in November, he'd be out all the following season.
No, he wouldn't.
Okay. I think an ACL is like a 12-month injury. So
No. Depending how serious it is, it's more like a 10-month injury.
but that's still he'd be out till September the following year, and then he wouldn't even be in the playoffs.
He has to ramp up and
Yeah.
but it's all right, ACL doesn't happen. Guy hurts his arm, Tommy John, boom, that's 2 years. It has to get moved, and it should be fucking the USA team should look like the USA Olympic team for baseball, right? Where it's just guys I've never heard of playing.
Right.
I mean, these
be
guys
amateur
play in
ball.
winter ball. These guys go play in winter ball.
Yeah.
This should be the winter ball. It should be winter ball. It should not be spring fucking training.
I can't believe that we put more effort and stars into the World Baseball Classic, which means nothing, than the Olympics, which is like, the peak of athleticism. There's medals on the line. There's fucking true national pride. It's bananas. It's fucking bananas.
But there's no hope he's playing this year. There is none.
It's a little bit.
No, a little bit. Come on, Frank.
There's no
Come on.
hope.
Are you counseling Diaz this season? Are you saying Edwin Diaz is out for the year?
Edwin Diaz is out for the year. There's no doubt about it.
Okay. What about the playoffs? Out for the playoffs?
I don't think there's going to be a playoff.
Oh, shit. So that's a council. Is this, or you're up in the air about the council?
Let's look at some of the most Mets fucked up seasons over the last 12 years. 2009. How many injuries did the Mets have?
There you go. 1,000.
What was held in what event happened in 2009?
JJ Poots was our new setup man. We were all happy about him. He gets hurt in the World Baseball Classic.
2017.
Yeah, have anybody get injured in a 2017 Classic that I'm missing? I know we had a bunch of guys in it though.
Seth Lugo.
Oh yeah, well he came back mid-season, but yeah, I remember that.
But there was a World Baseball Classic. Mets season got fucked up. 2013, the Mets season was fucked up.
Started that way.
But there also was a World Baseball Classic in 2013. Every time there's a World Baseball Classic, the Mets season gets fucked up. And it's happened again.
It's also just like the wound that's going to keep reopening, because if he doesn't come back, every time something goes wrong, it's going to just turn right back around to that every single time. And I am seeing that if it was his kneecap being dislocated, they would have been able to just pop it right back in, and it wouldn't have, we've already would have heard. So,
it's without doubt an ACL. I've seen ACLs enough to know when it's an ACL.
Frank's gonna become like one of those YouTube doctors, like the fantasy football doctor. He's like, guys, don't worry, it's a sprained MCL. 2 to 3 weeks, your guy will be back up.
The guy the Chargers fired, Dr. Chow, whatever his name is.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that he couldn't put weight on it and was put into the wheelchair, that's ACL.
That's another ACL. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't care what letters it is, PCL, MCL, ACL.
Oh, you don't want that.
At this point, I just don't care. It's like it is. Just give me numbers. I don't care about letters. I care about numbers. How many months? How many weeks? Whatever it may be.
If it's MCL, there's a hope he'll be playing. If it's ACL, he's out for the year. If it's PCL, he'll never play again.
Really? PCL's like that?
Yes.
Fuck.
If he comes,
did you take pre-med when you were in college, Frank?
Clem, here's how I know. Remember Dante Culpepper?
Oh, yeah. Miami.
But remember Dante Culpepper?
The Dolphins.
He was before he went to the Dolphins. So he was considered a top-notch quarterback for the Vikings. He missed a year, came back with the Dolphins, and he just never was healthy again.
Yep.
He tore his PCL. Remember Teddy Bridgewater missed 2 seasons with his knee injury? That was PCL.
Okay. So I'm almost rooting for an ACL over the PCL at this fucking point now.
MCL is the least serious. ACL is bad. PCL is worse.
MCL months. MCL. ACL a year. PCL fucked. Yeah, pretty much fucked.
The PCLs, it takes at least a year to recover from, and people who recover are never the same again.
What about patella tendon? We're hearing patella a lot. What do you know about the patella?
I don't know much about the patella. I know about the ligaments.
Okay, you're a ligament guy. Okay. This is why you want to come on, Frank. You just want to talk medical stuff with us. That's why.
If it comes out that he's fine, confirmed World Series by you then, Frank?
We need to do a ritual sacrifice.
I'm down. I'm like, no joke, Frank. We come up with something doable and something that's going to fucking work and change this shit. I'm down. Kevin took the brunt of it, jerked off, jumped off a bridge. The juju has to be flipped, and it has to be flipped. Like, we have to cross the streams, fucking blow up the Marshmallow Man, and reverse the fucking juju of this shit once and for all. We have to do whatever's necessary. I don't know what it is. And Frank, you're a historian. You know this. Like, the Mets curse, like the black cloud over the Mets goes, we can talk about Diaz 06. We could talk about last year, Timmy Trumpets. 86.
Clem, I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's before 69. The Mets in 62 were born with a fucking black cloud over their fucking franchise. I don't know what it is, but we have to do something here. Kev, how about Frank just fucking dropping medical knowledge on us? That was
when he was like, "Oh no, it's definitely a knee." I'm like, "Oh, okay, Frank."
And this is the God's honest truth. This is why I love having real conversations with Frank. Because he'll just drop just nuggets like that on you. It's just when he's screaming, it's hard to fucking have the thing. So that was nice. I really appreciate it. We got Frank back.
All right,
Frank. So listen, 62.
By the way, here's my Mets yearbook. Some of my Met yearbook collection. This is one of my favorites, by the way. 1986 Met yearbook.
I got
Check out that signature.
Beautiful.
Who was that? Is that Gary
Carter?
Yes.
The kid.
Very nice.
On the 86 Met yearbook.
Beautiful.
That is literally one of my favorite pieces. All right, the Mets had some real success in the late 80s. Some real notable success. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. 1989, 1990. And in 1989, at the end of the 88 season, they wanted to show how good they've been. I'm pretty sure I could find it in this yearbook. So they came up with a logo to demonstrate how good things have been going.
What do we
That
got?
logo.
Number 1. Oh, wow.
Very
They
nice.
unveiled this logo prior to the start of the 1988 NLCS.
The
I
buildings.
swear, this fucking logo, when they unveiled it, is what brought on the bad juju.
So Frank, tell me I'm hearing this right. When the New York Mets unveiled the logo with the buildings in the back and the baseball around it that they use today.
No.
The number
Not that
1
logo.
logo? The number 1 logo?
That number 1 logo.
Okay. I thought you told me they changed something in the old logo. The number
That
1
number
logo.
1 logo. They unveiled it before the 1988 NLCS.
Okay. We'll have to figure out a way to kill the guy that made it. I don't know how we're gonna do that.
That logo seemed to be there to bring on everything bad.
Yeah, the only thing is the Mets, they did win a World Series in 69 and 86, but there's just so much just nonsense that happened in between those World Series, dating back to when they were the biggest joke in 62. I think there's just something terminally wrong with this team in the core. And I'm telling you, every Mets fan in 86 said, I'll trade my soul for a World Series right now. Ball goes through Buckner's legs, and now we're living in the fucking wake of it all. All of us people who were, other than you, who got to live through it, even though you didn't watch.
Yeah, but they made it go to bed.
I know they made you go to bed. We'll figure this out. We'll workshop it, Frank. Tomorrow at the office, would you advise people to bring headphones, noise-canceling headphones, or
Yes, I think you're gonna need some fucking noise.
Frank, tomorrow is March Madness. When the clock hits 12 o'clock and we're all watching the games, we can't be talking about this. We gotta relax.
And I know the Devils are gonna fucking lose again tomorrow. Their season's gonna go down, careening down as Scott Van Pelt's head is spinning with joy.
Someone on my timeline, I don't know who tweeted, they compared it to a moment in history. This is what happened with JFK. We watched a moment in history.
Kevin's just thinking, I have a lot of money in the bank. I could just disappear right now and never have to fucking deal with this goddamn nonsense.
I would probably legitimately break off $100,000 right now if it could disappear.
Yeah, that's a good.
Pay the injury genie $100,000.
If you fucking Kev, think about it. Let's open that bowling alley in the Caribbean. Me and Robbie said we'll do the My Mom's Bar. We'll have a little bar arcade. It's gonna be like an arcade, like a barcade kind of thing, right? have the fucking coconuts and the little pins and all that kind of stuff. The coconuts are the balls. Let's just escape this shit, man. We'll catch the Mets whenever they're on TV. Fucking House of the Dragon we can watch. No one's going to give us shit for watching both. It'll be beautiful.
I wish, man.
Have you talked to Mama Clancy? Has Mama Clancy seen this? Does she know about it? Has she commented on it?
So I texted her and sent her a video of him limping off. She just said, "Oh no," with a sad emoji. They know what the injuries are, and then the praying, the fingers crossed. But I also know this stage at night, she's about 3 or 4 pint glasses of vodka water with a splash of OJ deep. So I don't know if she's even processing what I'm saying. Tomorrow morning will be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yep. Just tell her Frank said that we gotta hope it's not a PCL, because that's where the fucking real problems lie.
And the Jets Mets fans of the day didn't even get 12 hours of any type of happiness.
I already said it. I'm not
insane.
We're in a new world where, guys can go on podcasts and announce their future and stuff. But if that was a done deal, if that was like a LeBron, the decision, that's one thing. That feels a lot more like posturing and leverage and all sorts of shit. When you just announce, well, here's where I want to go. Well, now we still got to do the hard part, and that's complete a trade to a team that knows now that they don't have any leverage because we know where he wants to be, and we still got to work out the money. And I was like, I'm not going to let my hopes get up. When it happens, if it happens, then we'll celebrate. But right now, I'll give you 1,000 Aaron Rodgers just to give me Edwin Diaz back.
It's everyone saying, like, did you get Aaron Rodgers? Yes. What did it cost? Edwin Diaz. It's the Thanos meme all over.
As all things should be.
Oh, God almighty.
But, man, it's not for me, It's not. It's like
Mets forever
reigns supreme in my world, so it's not fair.
I don't know if this is the case with everyone. I think everyone on this stream, it's baseball above football teams, right? I love the Giants, but I need to see the Mets win because it's the marathon, 162, right?
I'm trading Darren Waller for Edwin Diaz.
Yeah.
Frank, would you trade Jalen Ramsey for Edwin Diaz right now? Thinking about it.
Franklin Fleming.
Come on, Frank.
I'm a Packer fan. I lost my quarterback and my closer today. So.
Yeah, this Packer fan just lost his fucking Hall of Fame quarterback and his fucking all-world fucking closer.
Frank, talk about the Dolphins.
You're gonna hate Jalen Ramsey by like week 2. Like, let's be honest here. He's gonna give up a touchdown.
It's not what the Dolphins need.
You would trade Jalen Ramsey for Edwin Diaz, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's all we needed. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I trade Darren Waller. I trade, the fucking Danny Dimes. At this rate, I have to just do whatever.
Also, shameless plug. Like and subscribe because we're going to probably go live again tomorrow once the news actually does break. And let's hope this is a huge overreaction and we're all just staying up late talking about something that ultimately won't matter.
But, it's the Mets, so.
It's very true.
I mean,
we got Barstool at the ballpark. Dates dropping soon, right, Kev?
Well, the dates are locked in. It is going to be. We just need to make one last adjustment before they were on sale. But real quick, let me read them off so you guys can do a little save the date.
Frank, we'll have a Friday game there. I know you have the Saturday package, but you could hit up the Friday game maybe.
Yeah, we are working in a Friday because we couldn't get anything in, I believe, July. That was a Saturday. So Saturday, April 8th, 4:10, Mets versus Marlins. That's the first weekend of the year, so you can come right out. Saturday, April 29th, I think it's our first Braves series at home. Saturday, 4:05 p.m. A lot of 4 o'clock starts this year for Barstool at the ballpark, which is awesome. Saturday, July 1st, Bobby Bonilla Day at Citi Field. It's the Mets hosting the Giants, where we will hopefully have all sorts of Bobby Bo jokes and memorabilia and merch, and maybe we can even get Bobby Bo himself to do something. Saturday, July 15th, Dodgers at a 7:15 start Friday, August 11th, it's the Braves again. And then September 30th, hopefully won't matter, but probably will, Phillies at Citi Field around the last weekend of the year. So, and as always, you get a ticket.
Who could the Mets get to replace him?
I know, that's the thing. It's like, it's not, you can try to go get another bat. You can try to get a utility infielder when you lose a glove. Like, there's just nobody. There's no option.
Just a reminder, this is March. Baseball season is very long. There's 6
Yeah,
months
like,
each league.
let's say he's out for 6 months. No, it's still like.
That's still
No,
whole
he's
season.
out for the season.
That's 6 months is a season. Let's relax there. Like, team has to play above water, and if a reliever's hot on the market in July, that'll be the guy you have to go get. That's really what it is. The guys that are on a team now have to be good for 4 months.
I mean, what teams suck that have a good reliever?
The Pirates. I mean, the Cubs maybe.
I mean, this is where
there's no replacing somebody with that type of output. Like, you just
No.
need like 2 guys that are occasionally going to be on, and it's a coin toss. Like, that's the best you can hope for. At this
But if I'm a team that has a closer, like you said, ideally a bad team that has a closer. Even if I'm a contender and I've got a closer, you could probably go to the Mets right now and hold them over a fucking barrel. And even if you do need your closer yourself, maybe be like, how about we trade him for a fucking haul?
The idea someone has in the chat that we could trade for Edwin's brother on the Reds. They should just give him to us for free at this point, out of just kindness.
Frank, I'm going to ask you one more time.
Time to get excited before you just get gutted. Like, I would like a month, just 1 month. I don't think that's asking too much.
But this is it. This is why I'm negative.
I know, Frank, but then when you start running and tweeting nonstop about how you were right and everything, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
This is why.
No, but
this always happens.
This is what as Mets fans, we all know this is the stuff that happens. This is the shit you should complain about.
Yes.
Not when, we're winning series left and right last year and playing great baseball. Now is when you talk about being a cursed Mets fan, because we're all on the same boat.
I always knew that the Mets would lose 500. I always knew it.
So did we, Frank. We were saying it at the All-Star break when they kicked the shit out of us. We're like, that team's going to be a problem. Even though they don't look great, they just beat us. They're rock to our fucking scissor. We said the same thing.
I think the Mets would have skull fucked the Cardinals. They always beat the Phillies. The Braves series would have been a coin toss. The one team the Mets can't handle is the fucking Padres.
Well, that's a whole other topic right now.
Yeah, it'll be an honor to face the wild card Padres right now. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe tomorrow we go live. If you're following the Barstool accounts, I'm sure Frank will be basically living on your timeline at least until the college hoops tips off. I don't think they're streaming from the office, right? They're streaming from Columbus.
They're in Columbus, yeah.
That's probably for the best for everyone.
I don't think that they may have gone to a different room anyway.
Yeah, Frank will be streaming from his desk in the Vivo the Stool account. I'm sure there'll just be nonstop tweets of Frank as the news comes in. We'll see what happens there.
The worst thing is Yachty saying that there will be an update tonight, because now we just fucking sit up all night.
Yep.
Yadier Molina was the catcher. Is the manager of Puerto Rico. That should have fucking told you.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I asked these guys, I go, is there any Braves or Phillies on the team? I want to blame someone. Well, the fucking manager. There it is.
Yadier Molina is the manager of the Puerto Rico team.
Frank, redirect that Darren Ruff hate towards someone not on the Mets right now. We need the juju going to our.
We need to get Darren Ruff off the team.
I said the word. That's on me, guys. I brought up the trigger word.
Luck.
Yeah.
It's like everything he touches turns to shit. It's called roughing.
Now Tacomo is saying the official update from the Mets says he'll undergo imaging tomorrow.
I need Swallow to go down. I'm just playing doctor.
Oh,
That's what they always say.
Frank has MRI eyes, and he told us they can take the scoop from us. ACL.
It's no doubt an ACL. It's no fucking doubt.
All right, how about this, Frank?
What?
What if it's not? What if this is actually he's day to day and he's okay?
It won't be day to day.
But if it is, would you say that the curse is over?
No. The curse isn't over until the Mets win a World Series. Or something drastic happens. Like the Red Sox curse ended when they came back from 3-0 against the Yankees.
Yeah.
And the World Series that year was the most anticlimactic World Series in history of Major League Baseball.
Yeah. All right.
The Cubs curse ended when when the rains came after the Indians tied the game, and they were able to settle the game down and win in extra innings.
Yeah, that was fucked.
That rain delay. If I was from the city of Cleveland, I would fucking hate rain for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I mean, that's like, I don't want to say it could be worse. Could be worse, right? The Indians, they made Major League in 1989, and it was like, this team hasn't won in forever. And that was forever ago when the movie came out. And
Well,
they had that rain delay.
the whole thing while the Indians are chosen for Major League. From 1960, I believe it was, 60, they finished like 5 games out of first place. Or if in 59, they were 3 games out of first place. From 59 to 89, they weren't even within 10 games of first place in any season. During divisional play, during the four division format, which was 69 to 93, the Indians never finished higher than third. And the year they finished third was the year in which the entire American League East was like they won 83 games and finished in third place.
Come for the Edwin Diaz therapy. Stay for the fucking Cleveland Indians Major League stats.
Sports Encyclopedia, baby. That brain has been cooking for fucking years, man. See, Frank, I think this was a civil conversation. I think we all learned a little something. We learned about different knee injuries. Civil. I feel like you got some stuff off your chest. I think we could do this again one day. And I don't want to say it can't get worse, because I know it can most certainly get worse as a Mets fan.
Never say that.
But I did think this showed something good here. I think this was a sign. I'm still upset about the hat. The hat has to be worn. We have to come up. We have to figure out. We have to like get rid of the curse with the Mets, and we have to figure out something about the hat.
Can we just throw out the whole shit and thing and just start from scratch? Maybe starting from scratch could erase last year and just fucking end it.
We'll talk. We'll think about it. But
yeah, because Darren Ruff is my reason for refusing to wear the hat.
Yeah, but Michael Gibbons was traded as well. He didn't do much.
He was even worse. He was so bad. The Mets basically told him go to fuck home.
High leverage Gibbons. He just didn't have the right high leverage spots. It's a known fact. Frank, come on.
They told him to go to fuck home. Both trades were poor trades. They would have been better off doing nothing.
Did we learn a lesson then, Frank? Let's not ask for a trade, because the trades might be worse than what you get. And you really don't know what's going to happen. Juan Soto batted like 200 after he got traded in the regular season. It just is what it is. So we're not bringing up old shit. We have new shit to worry about.
actually wanted, the Mets actually got.
Yes. Listen, we're all rowing in the same direction here. Let's keep it going. Keep it tight.
So,
Frank, I know as soon as this is over, you're going to be screaming on TikTok and Twitter. So
the TikTok video is already out.
Okay.
Yeah, the main account guys put that up.
But the player I actually wanted at the deadline, they ironically got.
David Robertson. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to do something. I mean, I have no faith in the season now.
Gotta believe.
No, you got to bereave.
No, Frank.
You're out of here.
Even before tonight's injury, the Mets officials were debating whether Zach Britton should be signed.
Do it.
This could swing the pendulum. Others available include Will Harris and Corey Knievel.
You also gotta remember, if they sign any of these guys, they're gonna need their own little spring training ramp up too. So it'd be like mid.
Get Corey Britton. I do not want Corey Knable.
Oh no,
Zach Britton's not, he's old and shit, right? But it's like maybe
he
can recapture some of that.
Last year as a Philly, I gave him the nickname Corey Unable.
He's the one who inspired that comeback. It was all him. Yeah. He inspired like 3 Philly like meltdowns, nuclear meltdowns. I love it.
We bashed his brains in last year.
Yeah, I'll take Zach Britton. Like
he's got Buck connections.
Yeah, he has Buck connections. Even though it was like Buck's darkest moment of his managerial career by not using him.
Yeah, I know people are like, oh, he sucks. Anyways, like it's March 15th. Anybody who's on the free agent market, their numbers aren't going to be great.
And this is a lesson. If you're a good player on a team, say no thank you to the World Baseball Classic. Because there is literally no upside to playing that stupid fucking exhibition. There's zero.
I hate it. I hate the World Baseball Classic. Even though I got the fucking jersey and hat now. I hate it.
Frank, don't tell me did you buy the hat that says World Baseball Classic? Like, don't tell me you got the actual hat of the actual tournament.
I feel like you have to burn it now, Frank.
Yeah,
you got to burn both those things.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like it, but that looks like
Frank.
No.
It's just going to be a constant reminder.
I don't care who's in the uniforms. I just like this as USA.
Yeah, it's a constant reminder of the stupid fake baseball tournament that ruined our World Series season.
Yeah.
Who do the Mets get next year now?
I don't know. Let's just call it.
Gotta believe.
Gotta believe.